Hello, curious explorers and lovers of the world's weirdest mysteries. Are you ready to dive into the most bizarre and mysterious phenomena our dear planet hides? Today, I'm taking you on a journey that will make you question everything you know. Who needs Mars when Earth is keeping secrets that even NASA can't explain? So, sit back and get ready to discover things that will probably make you think twice before swimming in the ocean, looking at a clear sky, or even walking on a peaceful beach. But don't worry, I'll be here to guide you, or at least make you laugh while we all get lost together. The Great Unknown Ocean, where sharks throw secret parties. Did you know that we know more about the surface of Mars than we do about Earth's oceans? Yep, you heard that right. About 80% of the ocean floor is still a mystery, hidden under a giant veil of, we'll get to it when we can. Scientists say, guys, we still don't know what's down there. And we're like, yeah, sure, but can we go to Mars first? The oceans cover more than 70% of Earth's surface, yet only a tiny portion is visible to us. We're great at discovering new animal species on social media, but under the sea? Well, occasionally we pull a new shark species out of a hat, like the ginny dogfish, which looks nothing like a ginny. And how about that 47-meter-long jellyfish colony discovered in Australia? A gelatinous monster that makes regular jellyfish look like snack-sized appetizers. But hey, who are we to judge? And don't think the oceans are done surprising us. Oh no, no, no. For example, in the frozen seas of the Arctic and Antarctic, you'll find so-called ice flowers. Now, if you're imagining a lovely plant with colorful petals, I hate to disappoint you. These flowers are actually just ice crystals. And if you think that's weird enough, hold on. Among these crystals, there are tiny microorganisms, like a microscopic judgmental ecosystem watching you eat sushi. Yep, even the ice has opinions. Underwater volcanoes and maelstroms, when nature's menu is fire and destruction. Did you think volcanoes were just a land thing? Pfft, of course not. The oceans hide some of the most active volcanic systems on the planet. If you thought lava was impressive when it erupts on land, wait until you see what it does underwater. It's like watching a barbecue go horribly wrong, with extra explosions. And our beloved scientists tell us that there are underwater volcanoes that make their land cousins look like campfires. Then there's the maelstrom, the vortex that could easily be a waking nightmare for any sailor. We're not talking about a cute little water whirlpool, no. We're talking about something that could swallow a ship and digest it like a bag of chips. One of the most famous maelstroms is the one in Naruto, off the coast of Japan's Awaji Island. It has an average speed of 13 kilometers per h, but can reach peaks of 19 kilometers per h, twice a day, just to remind everyone who's boss. Why not? A little chaos never hurt anyone. Psychedelic icebergs, when ice gets fashionable. We all know the story of the Titanic, but I bet you didn't know that icebergs can be more colorful than a Picasso painting. No offense to Picasso. Yes, folks, not all icebergs are white. Some have black, brown, green, yellow, and even blue stripes. What does it mean? Well, it depends on what's trapped inside the ice. If you see a blue iceberg, you're looking at something that refroze quickly, like a person trying to recover from a hangover. If you see a green iceberg, it probably has algae in it, because even ice needs a little greenery now and then, right? And those brown or black ones? Well, they're full of sediment. Not exactly the kind of ice you'd put in your Coke. Loner Lake. When meteorites decide to crash into the landscape, here's another little mystery. Lonar Lake in India. This lake appeared more than 52,000 years ago, created by a gigantic meteorite. Sure, we might think it's just another lake, but then 2020 rolls around. What happens? It turns pink. A whole lake that decides to change its look for the summer. Biologists rushed to the scene to find that it was all due to a microorganism emitting a pink pigment. So yeah, the lake decided to get trendy for a few days, then went back to its usual clear self. But not before earning some likes on Instagram, of course. And if you thought Lonar Lake was the only bizarre one, think again. There's also Lake Retba in Senegal, which is pink all year round, thanks to some algae. It's basically the Barbie of lakes. And guess what? Pink flamingos come there to feast. Naturally, the scientific explanation isn't fully understood yet, but who cares? It's pink and fabulous. The abandoned city of Rajasthan, when a king has heart and tax problems. Okay, here's a story for you. A city prospers for centuries, then one day, poof, it disappears. No, it's not a spell or an alien invasion, though the alien theory is always lurking. Legend has it that the city was abandoned overnight because the local king fell in love with the village chief's daughter. Typical soap opera cliché, right? Except the king was a bit too persistent and threatened to raise taxes if she didn't marry him. So, the entire city decided to rebel, and they left. All of them, in one night. No one knows where they went or why, but the city has remained empty ever since. It's one of those places you pretend not to see, just to be on the safe side. ### seismic lights. When the Earth puts on a light show before the chaos. Imagine this. You're in the middle of an earthquake, and suddenly you see strange blue or red lights in the sky. No, it's not the latest Marvel movie. These are seismic lights, a phenomenon that scientists still can't fully explain. Sure, they could be electric discharges caused by rock movement, but let's be honest, it's much more fun to think they're alien signals. And while these lights often appear before earthquakes, their cause remains a big mystery. Some say it's linked to electrical charges in underground minerals. Others believe it's the Earth's way of saying, "Heads up, I'm about to shake things up." ## red tides and killer algae. Red tides sound harmless, right? Just a bit of algae turning the water red, no big deal, right? Wrong! These algae aren't here to be admired. They contain toxins that can kill fish, mammals, and if you decide to swim in them, might cause you some serious problems. It's practically nature's way of saying, maybe avoid a swim today. So, if you ever see a Red Sea, it's best to keep your distance, unless you want to end up as a case study on National Geographic. ## Snake Island in India. Watch where you step. Now, if you're a fan of snakes, this one's for you. There's a small village in India with around 2,600 people and an unknown number of king cobras. Yes, you heard that right. Venomous cobras slithering freely through houses, schools, and streets. But here's the craziest part. The villagers are happy to share their space with these reptiles. They treat them like pets, even reserving a special corner in their houses for them to relax out of the hot sun. And there has never been a recorded cobra attack. Think about that for a second. Here in the West, we panic over a mosquito in the bedroom, and they're sharing couches with cobras. Incredible, right? ###. The Bermuda Triangle. Mysteries, disappearances with no answers. We can't talk about Earth's mysteries without mentioning the infamous Bermuda Triangle, right? No map shows the triangle today, but it's still the site of strange disappearances. From pilots getting lost in the open ocean to sailors vanishing without a trace, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the planet's biggest enigmas. One popular theory? Rogue waves rising suddenly and swallowing ships whole. Others say there are space-time portals where ships and planes get sucked into another dimension. Sure, it sounds like an episode of Doctor Who Asterisk, but who are we to judge? In the meantime, the disappearances continue. And there you have it, dear explorers of the weird and wonderful. Another journey into the absolute strangeness of our planet. We've learned that Earth is full of things that even the best science fiction writers couldn't dream up. But now it's your turn. Which phenomenon blew your mind the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to discover even more oddities that will make you question your sanity. Oh, and if you don't subscribe, well, let's just say a colorful iceberg with a maelstrom might be in your future. See you next time, explorers!